Well, hello there, and thanks for tuning in and listening to our podcast, From Rehab to Real Living. Today we catch up with 180TC alumni Ethan, who is sharing his story about how his life has been turned around, doing 12 months in rehabilitation, and now living his best life. So you finished the 12 months?
I did 12 months and 2 weeks, if you remember correctly.
Yes. What was your motivation for sticking to the 12 months as an 18-year-old? In today's day and age, I'll be honest with you, that's probably unheard of. To do rehab.
Well, two things. My old man told me to finish something.
Yeah.
So it was the first thing I ever finished in my life, which felt good. And the second one is I really wanted to do that internship.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
What do you think, because I'll fast forward real quick here,
Mm.
you've actually gone into the line of support work yourself.
Yeah.
Give a shout out for who you're working for, bro.
Yeah, I work for Dreammaker Community Services, supports and services all over Sydney and New South Wales. We're even in Melbourne, Perth, and a couple of things going in Brisbane as well. But yeah, look us up.
Bro, I'm proud of you, bro.
Thanks, man.
That's so good, man. Like, 18-year-old, just not sure what you're going to do with your life.
Yeah.
Now how long have you been working for these guys for?
About 4 years. So it's like 3.5. Yeah, not 4 years yet, but over 3.5.
Yeah.
I started as a support worker.
Yeah.
So it's NDIS.
Yeah.
So I started as a disability support worker. I'm currently in training to be a team leader.
Yeah.
Sort of manage a caseload and be damage control.
Yeah.
So
you kind of gone through being on the receiving end of having a casework to doing it yourself.
Yeah, it's been cool. Like, obviously different sector. Like, I'm not in the drug and alcohol space. I'm in the disability space. But a lot of these people have comorbidities.
Yeah.
Not like that, right? Is that, yeah?
You're teaching me, bro.
Comorbidities. Like, they have maybe schizophrenia because of their addiction. So it's been cool to be able to work with people like that. And obviously you can't share too much about your own personal life with them, and you've got to keep those boundaries. But just being there to assist is better than not doing anything. So that's been cool. You get to work with all types of people, all types of disabilities. I've worked with a lot of like Huntington's disease. You heard of that?
No.
Yeah. So it's a degenerative
disease.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it just destroys like neural pathways, and it destroys their brain, and they lose the ability to like move properly and swallow and things like that. So that's been cool. I've worked with a lot of autism.
Yep.
So I used to take a pair of brothers out and go to the arcade, bowling, go to thrift shops, and suss it out. So those were cool supports, man. Like just being able to hang out with essentially like a little brother.
Yeah.
Obviously have those professional boundaries, but it's cool.
No, I love it.
No, it's a great.
So you finished the 12 months, and you've done the 2 weeks as well.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you come into 180TC, you're in a caseload of somewhere between 8 and 10 blokes. You get a caseworker. Who was your caseworker?
James Haynes.
Yep. One pivotal lesson that you learned from James Haynes in your 12 months at 180TC.
Integrity.
Yeah.
James Haynes was one of the most integrous blokes you'd ever meet.
Yeah.
He had high morals, and he never sort of went past those morals. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a very respectful and nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was always honest, and he always told me if I was thinking that if my thought processes were just completely wrong, like in terms of addiction and stuff like that. I think he was the one. I had a massive issue when I first went into TNT about giving up like everything.
Yeah.
I still was adamant that I could have a beer with my old man, and I still do now, and I'm able to thankfully be able to control that and just have a beer with the old fella. But I was sitting there talking to him once, and I said, "Man, I just want to have a beer with my old man." He's like, "Mate, your dad would rather you around than just to have a beer with you." Yeah. So that put it into perspective for me. It's like,
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like kind of you transitioning from 180TC life back into the normalcy of life, was that a big adjustment for you?
It was difficult.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go for it.
I saw it most in my sport. So I got back into playing sport when I came out of TC, and you play sport at TC with the boys, and it would get a little rough, and it would be very the arguments and carrying on. Um, I went back into normal sanctioned sport, and I probably got like 5 red cards in my first year. And
Sorry, bro. I don't even laugh.
it was just purely stupid decisions, like trying to fight people or swearing at the ref, and it's like it took me that year to like go, "Oh, what am I doing? Like I'm actually in civilization now.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be doing that." So that was an adjustment period.
Yeah.
Um, but no, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be in normal life.
Yeah.
Um, I guess I had my good support network there. Even transitioning into that, being a part of the internship was a good transitional period for me because you had the freedom, but you're also in that safe environment.
Yes.
So that sort of eased me into it, and I was able to do my own thing after I left the internship.
Yeah. So Ethan's talking about the internship there. So once you finish the 12 months, or back then the 12 months, now the 6 months, you actually have the opportunity, if you're accepted, to go into a internship, which is called the graduate program. And basically you stay on site, you live at separate quarters, and you take on the internship, you learn how to, take on a role as a somewhat of a caseworker. You learn on the job skills and obviously I guess that was a pretty cool experience for you to learn.
It was,
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask. Looking back now, and you probably come across a lot of 18-year-olds in today's day and age. What do you think is probably the number one thing that you find the 18-year-olds struggle with today?
Well, I worked before I became a support worker. I was a teacher's aide at
You was at Colleton High.
So I went to that school,
Yeah.
and then I was able to be a teacher's aide there. You saw a lot of drug use in the school, a lot of underage drug use, drinking, a whole bunch of underage stuff that just shouldn't be happening at that age. Like I'm talking of like as young as year 7, doing all that kind of stuff, and I've only ever sort of seen it in the suburb that I lived in, or the suburb surrounding that I lived in, like Western Sydney. Is unfortunately there's just so many kids exposed to that type of stuff at such a young age. It's normal. It's normal for these kids to skip school, go get on the piss in the park, and um, you know, go smoke cigarettes, smoke weed, whatever they want to do, um, at such a young age, and yeah, they're still struggling with that. I think it's getting worse, to be honest. Yeah.
What? Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I don't know. I think kids these days are so much more exposed to everything so much earlier, and not even like physically, but like on social media, on all of this stuff. The access to things is easier. Even though we have so much more laws and cameras and everything, it's so much easier to go and get drugs or a vape or alcohol. So I think they're just. Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a constant issue that I've seen from when I was in school to teaching at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in my house, it's gotten worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like even like I know I wanted the clock back in, but I think even when I was 18, like even before that, I think I started seeing even like myself, I was experimenting early, right? And I think we understand that okay, it's a lot more prevalent now. Like it seems a lot more kind of around every corner, right? We live out in Western Sydney, something we see every day. I pick up my wife from Kingswood, bro, like every second, third day of the week, and bro, some of the stuff I see, and I'm thinking, what's going on out here, And I love Western Sydney so much, and it's heartbreaking, right? Because you see it at such a young age, and kids are just doing what they're doing, and they're more brazen.
I've caught up with some of my friends that I used to do drugs with, and thankfully they're off all the stuff too now. But we've had conversations where I said, "Do you reckon what we're doing at 16 onwards? Do you reckon that was like normal?" And it is like, and you go and talk to so many people that you didn't even do drugs with, but you just knew through school or whatever. And you go, "Boys, were you just doing this at that age?" Like, yeah. Like everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
It's actually so bad.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, like
right.
I don't. I think it's just the area we live in,
Yeah.
like Western Sydney.
Right.
Honestly, like it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, it is, right? Like, I'm thankful for stories like yours, bro, because I think it does, for me anyway, I'm just reminded, what? Ethan was an 18-year-old that came through this program.
Mm.
He stuck it out, and he had strong family support in your corner. What do you say to someone who doesn't have that, though? Like, do you think it would have been a lot harder for you?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Like,
Yeah.
you see boys who didn't have that support and they just lost. And unfortunately, a lot of them they might finish the program or leave, but they're back in a few months. And yeah, I think that's why the religious or Christian aspect of the program is so important.
Yeah.
If you don't have that immediate physical, like mum, dad, brother, sister, whatever, um, you can look to God for it.
Yeah.
That's probably the key to it. Yeah, it's rough. Like, I've saw a lot of guys in there, nothing. And unfortunately, they would just come in and out. So I'd say look to God.
Yeah. Well, we're about to land this bad boy, but what would you say were some of the main pillars that kind of kept you on the road to what I regard, what I reckon? I mean, this segment's called From Rehab to Real Living. You're someone who I think is just really living the dream.
Yeah, I'm loving life at the moment, man.
This guy's got a really nice car. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but he's done me proud.
Retro plate is.
No, I mean, you just told me this week that you get a promotion and that you're actually, you're looking after a caseload of 15 people. You
will be.
I think just you've been consistent, Ethan. I think you've been really consistent. We've caught up like years and years well after the program. We've stayed in touch. And for me, watching your life grow up, you've just decided to choose and make time.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. We'll catch up, man, after the program. I won't see him for another 3 or 4 years. Because one of the things I did want to highlight with you, and I know you probably don't like this, but I remember even when I was working for aftercare, you were one of the guys that would show up to every aftercare event, and we used to do these outreach events just to stay in touch with the alumni.
Yeah.
This guy right here would just, I'm there, even if you come from work or you come from school, chat and see at school, you're like, I'm there. Oh, you're going fishing? Yeah, I'm there. And I think that's kind of one of the things that have been real pinnacle, you being...
It's grounding.
Yeah.
It's really grounding to go back and give back, but also see guys in a position that you were once in, hopefully be a beacon of light to them, or just a sort of like, I don't want to big note myself, I'm saying this, but like, if we can get to, like, I'm not doing that well, but if we can get to a point where we're living happily, like, I hope they can see that and go, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
In saying that, I do wish I could get to a few more of them.
Yeah. So what do you think were some of the pillars for you?
Yeah, definitely. I've said it before, but family, 100%. Having you there was great too. You were a real soldier for me when I was in there, and you also helped me out of the program. Like, I remember all I had to do was message you and say, "Can we go for a chat?" And within a couple of days, we're at Starbucks talking about God and talking about everything. So I really appreciate that. I'll say that. But I think for me, it was family. It was also believing in God, like believing that you're gonna just be all right. Yeah, just the belief. Yeah. And that's why I think that I really lent into the whole Christian thing. Yeah. The Christian aspect of the program while I was in there, because I saw it was a good part of the program, and it's really going to keep you grounded. And I don't go to church as much as I probably should, but
it's all good.
It's definitely one of the pillars.
Yeah. No, I love that, bro.
Also, just sorry.
No, go for it.
Also, just wanting to, like, every time I see you, you always say, like, it's good to see how you're doing well. Just getting people you care about, or people who knew you back then, say that. That keeps you going for sure. Yeah, love that. Bro, it's been it's been really cool. Like, again, like, I'm just starting off this series called From Rehab to Real Living, and we just want to
interview a few guys, alumni. There's a lot of alumni out there that I think their stories are really pivotal and real essential, I think, for currently where what's happening out here in Sydney, like what we've shared, like there's a lot of crap that's happening at the moment. But I think hearing good stories about people like yourself that are just really killing it. And, obviously the journey ahead's still long, but I think from what I see, bro, I think you're doing the best that you can. You can, and
for sure.
you're killing it. I want to ask you one more question.
Yeah, go.
Actually, probably one or two. What would you say to anyone who's probably even considering maybe encouraging a family member to come to 180TC, or maybe they're kind of not sure whether it's addiction or it's just kind of has a few drugs every now and then, but come Monday he's actually okay to go to work. What would you say to that family member, that mum or dad that's probably watching this, that's just thinking, even if it's not 180TC, just any type of help that they might need? Yeah, what would your piece of advice be?
Reach out, man.
Yeah.
Reach out. If I never reached out to my friend to take me to the hospital, and from there, we told my mum about the addiction and the debt I was in, I wouldn't have, that was a sliding doors moment. If I had just dealt with it myself and gone through it at my own strength, I would probably still be in addiction. So reach out. Kind of a cliche thing, but it ain't weak to speak.
Yeah.
Reach out to your family members, your friends, and if you are struggling with anything, let people know. If you keep it to yourself, it's only going to fester, snowball, and just explode. So reach out to someone.
Yeah.
Even just plenty of services out there, Lifeline, suicide helpline, things like that, mental health helpline, and they're always ready to take your calls. So just reach out and I'll point you in the right direction.
Ethan Humphries, bro. Rehab to Real Living. Thank you, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Legend.
Hey, Damani here. Thanks again for tuning in and listening to our stories from Rehab to Real Living. You can simply head to our GWS Men YouTube page for all of our stories, loads more content, testimonies, one-on-one interviews, and so much more. Thanks again, subscribe, and we hope to hear from you in the future. Be blessed.